Namaste, my lovely friends. Welcome to Yoga Bliss with Shelly. Today's practice is targeted for women on their period. So join me on your mat. You can grab a blanket, a bolster, or a block, whatever props that you need. And today's class is going to be a dubbed class because it's just a little bit unpredictable where I'm at right now. This is actually my outside living space, and I think it will be in the best interest. And if you've been following me, this is our puppy Jasper, who is 8 months old now. Look how big he is. He's a golden doodle puppy. He's so fluffy. So join me on your mat. Roll the mat, unpeel the edges, and together let us get some comfort and ease when we're on our period. Join me in a seated position. So get your wiggles out. Find a comfortable seat, and I encourage a bolster or a pillow underneath the sit bones. You could have the feet flat on the earth or bring soles of the feet, kissing soles of the feet, and bringing the hands to the lower belly where we might be crampy or achy or irritable, and allowing that breath to fill up the body. And exhaling it out. And allowing your humanness to itch or adjust yourself. And really just bringing your awareness on filling up that lower belly. And if it feels good, maybe you can add a little movement into your breath work as we rock side to side. You can even bring the hands from the belly to the knees and just really feel into the hips. Feel how it's going on the inner thighs as we breathe that breath as we go from side to side, tuning into the spine and really just allowing yourself to fully show up. I know sometimes when we have our periods it can be crampy and we can feel like we don't want to do anything, but this is a great chance for us to just find some motion in our body that feels good. Joining me with the soles of the feet facing on the earth and a pillow under the bottom. You can slide the hands down the knees and exhale, or making that spine nice and big. We're going to kind of do seated cow and cat. So exhale, making the spine nice and round. Inhale, arch. And really just tuning into how it's feeling in the spine and the lower pelvis as we exhale. Forward, diving that chin up. Inhale, tucking the chin to the chest. Exhale, following through. And again, just tuning into that spine and bringing that breath together. Bringing soles of the feet, kissing soles of the feet for a Baddha Konasana or a butterfly here. And you can just exhale, hinge that heart forward. Inhale to raise up that spine. Exhale, hinge the heart forward, bring the head towards the feet. Inhale, raise, nice long spine. Welcome, Jasper. Exhale, Jasper just thinks it's playtime. Inhale, both hands high to the sky. Exhale for a twist to the right hand side. And just giving this breath a moment to fill up the belly. And letting it dissipate. And really just feeling into the spine and that lower body. Allowing yourself to detoxify in this twist for a moment. And just pausing between the thoughts, pausing with the breath here. Inhale back to center, hands high up to the sky. Exhale, opposite hand on that right or left knee here. Bringing that breath into the body. And this is why I dubbed this episode today, or this class, because it is loud with the dogs and the people and the neighbors and the things. So I hope that you are just being open and welcome to me today. Inhale to the center, my lovely friends. And you're going to join me in a tabletop position. And here's where our lovely blanket comes in. We're always taking care of everyone. So I want you to nicely and neatly fold your blanket and put it underneath of your knees and your feet, removing any wrinkles. And we're going to join in a child's pose. You can bring toes to the feet, kissing toes to the feet with the heels open wide here. And we're using that blanket for comfort and protection of our joints. And I'm going to use a bolster, so you can also have a pillow. And if you need to fetch your furry friends, and then we're going to find a little restoration here. So this is going to be a restorative child's pose. So really just allow yourself to find some rest in your body. And knowing that there is a time for work, there's a time for busyness, and there's a time for stillness. And right now we're going to take this pose of gratitude, is what I like to call it. And we're going to bring that breath and fill up the back of the body nice and fluidly through the back of the heart. And exhale that breath out. And just allowing yourself to pause here between the breath. Pause between the movement. And in the eye of the mind, you can repeat inward, I am grateful for. I am grateful for. I am grateful for. And just allow yourself to just soak up the words of gratitude as you pause and restore and refresh our body. And knowing that in yoga, these restorative poses that we hold longer than 60 seconds actually help us create more mobility and flexibility in the body. And they're just as important as our active poses. Allowing yourself to just pause here and just feel into your body for a moment. And slowly bringing our hands below our shoulders and rising ourselves up here. Moving out a furry friend out of the way if you need to. And really just setting yourselves up on your hands and pressing starfish hands into the earth and inhaling for some cow and cats. Hello, Jack. We're going to inhale. We're going to arch, round that spine, tuck the chin to the tail, and then exhale, bring the tail and the chin up high to the sky, allowing that arching of the spine. And you can pause for some big breaths here. And taking a few rounds of cow and cats at your own pace as you just allow that spine to kind of just uncrinkle itself up or feel into any tight spots or tension. Bringing that breath in. Exhale that navel down to the earth, and you can peek behind the left heel for a moment. Breathe that breath in. Let that right hip drop open. Just feeling into the hips, allowing any crampies to be what they are. Hello, Joy. And then to the opposite side, to the right side, let the left hip peel open for a moment here. And just feeling into our bodies and knowing that movement is so essential and helpful, especially when we are on our periods. It can be so helpful for us to help soothe. And from here, we're going to just love our pets. And this is, again, why I'm dubbing this video. It was a little crazy and hectic, but we're here showing up. Wide open starfish hands, hollow out the front body and the back body. Dive the sit bones high up to the sky here for a downward facing dog. And just take a moment, my lovelies, to just feel into your body in this inversion. And just really pressing the earth away from you. And we're going to exhale, right leg, three-legged dog. Inhale, we're going to hug and we're going to hover into the heart. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, high to the sky. We're going to inhale, hover, bringing to that right elbow. And 3, 2, 1. Exhale, high to the sky. Inhale, back to center, holding for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, three-legged dog high, cross the midsection, opposite elbow, 3, 2, 1. And then restorative pigeon. So you're going to just allow that front leg to bend in towards the pelvic wall. If you're newer to the practice, just take this at your own pace. I know one of my hips pops off of the earth, and so you can do a self-adjustment by rolling the inside of the leg that's laying long out, and you can put a little padding underneath that booty cheek, and you can inhale, you can raise up high, and then if it feels good for you, you can exhale for a more restorative half of a pigeon in this lovely hip opener pose. This feels so good for the whole body, especially for that down low pelvic wall area. And just allowing yourself to pause once again, to rest and restore, bringing that breath into the back of the heart and allowing the breath to float away. Bringing a deeper breath than you've breathed all day into the back body. And allowing that breath to just fill up the space around you. Softening the body, melting, working through the mental distractions. The mind sometimes comes in and tells us what we need to be doing. But right here and now, my beautiful friends, this is all that you need to be doing. Is just showing up on your mat in your body. So bringing the hands under the shoulders, pressing up high to the sky, and we're going to just peek over that left shoulder for a moment, look to the heel, to center, and then to the right shoulder, just feeling that balance in the body. So we're going to remove our bolster if you had any support, wide open starfish hands into the earth, pressing away and coming back to your downward facing dog. If you have a big old furry friend, that's okay. Work through distractions, my motto. Pedal out the feet here, press open out the hollow, out the front body. Get ready for that 3-legged dog on the opposite side. Exhale, inhale to center, knee to chin, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, high to the sky to the same sided elbow, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3-legged dog. Press the earth away from you, hover, bring that heel in, 2, 1. Exhale, long and strong. Cross the midsection, opposite elbow, 3, 2, 1, and find that restoration for this half of a pigeon. So that left leg is going to fold in, and if you need to remove your little friend, and you're going to just want to bring that heel closer to the pelvic wall if you're newer to the practice, or find your half of a pigeon and what works best for you, my lovely friends. And so sometimes it takes a little to set up. I have this crazy little puppy getting all crazy, so just allow my humanness for a moment. And I'm going to put my bolster underneath of that booty that's popping off of the earth. Find that little self-adjustment in that leg on the earth. You can inhale, raising it up. And again, it's not a one-size-fits-all. Yoga is not a one-size-fits-all. So show up on your mat. You can raise that heart up if that feels good for you. And when you're ready, we can get ready to soften the heart. And you can fold down to the earth whenever you're ready. Or you can just allow your body to show up how you are. Allowing this restoration. Pausing here, breathing that breath fluidly into the back of the heart. And letting that exhale go. Bringing that breath into the body. And letting it go. And just softening. And perhaps coming back to that mantra. I am grateful for. I am grateful for. Sometimes having our periods can make us a little more irritable, and allowing ourselves this compassion and this rest can really help us get through what our emotional body and what all of our hormones are running wild. It's really important for us to pause and to just allow ourselves to just feel into the body here. So allowing that for just this moment. And just, you can bring your hands down to the mat if that feels good. You can raise the back of the heart up, peek over the left side for a moment. You can pause, coming back to the center, and then peeking over the right side for a moment. Just pausing here, and then slowly meeting back at center and removing any bolster or pillow under your booty. And we're going to make it this slow, easy transition straight to the sit bones. And however it works, get your feet ahead of you, feet down on the earth. And we're going to join in a supported fish. So we're going to use a bolster or a pillow. You can also use a couple pillows here. And I'm going to flip around because my dog is really just at it, chewing on his chewy. So I'm giving him some break. So we're going to bring that bolster behind us. You can bring the legs in a butterfly, soles of the feet kissing soles of the feet, and rest and just allow your whole heart to drape open for this soft restorative back bend. And just feel, how is it feeling in your uterus? How is it feeling down into your inner thighs where it can be really sore? And I know my legs and my veins all the way down to my legs get really sore. So find what feels best for your legs and your hands, and just allow yourself to rest and restore here. Allow your heart to open, allow your hips to open, or just allow this softness. Allowing yourself a moment of grace, a moment of compassion as you bring that breath into the heart, and allowing the breath to go. knowing there's nothing else that you need to be doing here. And just giving yourself a moment of self-love, a moment of self-care to just embrace whatever's going on inside of your heart today, inside of that crazy uterus. And knowing that even if you need to, you can move the feet. Sometimes it can be too much to do that butterfly, so you can bring the soles of the feet down and just allow yourself this moment to pause, close your eyes, and go within as you rest and restore. Knowing there's a time for busyness and there's a time for pausing. Bringing that breath in and allowing it to fill up the space around us. And taking this moment to honor and acknowledge all of the women and girls around the world who we share this really sacred, special time of month, even though it can have many frustrations, knowing that we're not alone in all of our premenstrual happenings and our uterus craziness, and that there is a collective of women around the world. So we're going to just slowly scooch to a side, remove the bolster, and our goal is to get onto the back. And if you would like, you can try to use that as a pillow if that feels good, or you can allow your neck to fall flat onto the earth. And now hug both knees up to the chest for a double wind reliever, and just bringing both knees up, and you can just make little circles and giving your lower back a massage onto the earth, and also massaging with the upper thighs into that uterus area and that lower belly area and our inner thighs here. From here, we're going to find a happy baby. So we're going to cut on the insides, my lovelies, of the legs, and you can grab low by the ankles if you have some hip restrictions, because yoga is not a one size fits all. You can grab on the outsides of the feet and just allow yourself to just sway and rock side to side with your hips wide open, and get a little playful in this happy baby. I always like to imagine a little chubby happy baby with two bottom teeth and a little diaper, all joyful and adorable. So just allow yourself to just breathe into those hips and let that breath go. And knowing that yoga is a practice, my friends, it's not a perfect, and especially with our time of the month, that our body is going to feel much different. So bringing your knees in and hugging. And then we're just going to take one leg, the right leg, and we're going to cross the midsection for a laying figure 4. You can grab the inside under the thigh or the top of the shin if that feels good for you. And just find a little movement in the hips as you sway side to side here. And just allowing yourself to just feel that beautiful stretch in that back of the hamstring and the body. Rolling out the ankles on that upper foot if that feels good for you. And I'm laughing because my kids and my dogs, of course, they're coming, but this is life and I'm doing it. Slowly exhaling, uncrossing that midsection and crossing the opposite side. You can grab again under that hamstring, hip area, or underneath the hamstring, or on the top of the shin area. You can roll out the ankles if that feels good, and just allow yourself to get this really nice hip and back of the hamstring and back of the glute, these areas that get really sore this time for us ladies. And just allowing your body to just take this moment, rocking side to side. And I'm laughing. It's fine. It's funny. Life happens, but this is a practice. It's not to perfect. And I'm showing up as I am, my friends. That's why I'm so grateful for this platform to be here with you, my beautiful Yoga Bliss with Shelly community. And slowly bring that foot down, unhinge. And we're going to meet for our pose of surrender, our Shavasana. I have this puppy who's just right up in my business. So since this is targeted for our periods, let's bring our feet in that Baddha Konasana if that feels good. A butterfly, soles of the feet, hips open wide, and just flat on the back. And you can bring the hands to your lower belly and just breathing love into your uterus area. And allowing that love to fill up the space around you. And just allowing yourself to just be okay with where you are today. Being okay with where you are in your body, in your mind, in your soul. This could be an intention for acceptance in this moment. Acceptance that there's nowhere else that we need to be, knowing that we are already the person that we're trying to be. We already have all the things that we're searching for. They're already here, they're already within us. And just bringing palms, kissing palms to your lower belly, and just honoring, acknowledging. Namaste. I love you, friends. I will see you back here very soon.